Welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review, episode number 200, and I think it's 5. Yes, 205. This one we're discussing the 1092nd episode of the series. Stakeout 2, a Anime Review episode sequel to one aired almost 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years next month. And when I saw the preview for this last week, I'm like, wait, are they airing the same episode again from 2 years ago? And not exactly. But at least this time, the writer remembered. Well, actually, it turns out, though, the guy who wrote this one was not the same one who wrote the last one. It's a complete different person. Yes. So, they at least remembered Anita exists, because half the time, these original writers, the one who write the original episodes, half the time, they remember she exists. Other half the time, they do remember she exists, and she does virtually nothing. No, seriously, that's a lot of the time what she does. They remember she exists, she's in the episode, has some dialogue, but she contributes virtually nothing to the episode. So, Detective Boy just randomly discovered that the Gage and Keba are basically on a stakeout. Yeah, just by sheer randomness. It almost seems like at times for this series is that the canon episodes tend to take place. It seems like a lot of these episodes tend to take place in their own universe. A lot of the time. Because the original content episodes do not basically do they contradict another story? No, it's like their own separate thing. It's like they mildly mention the fact that these characters are just here, and it's one-shot stories a lot of the time. That's the major problem with original episodes, is that there's no consistency with them. Like, sometimes they remember some characters exist, other half the time they don't. McGuire's in the episode, but he's only in flashbacks. So, what is the case this time? So, they're looking for a robber who was injured. Who injured somebody while robbing somebody. What did he steal? Presumably money from a park. Yeah, it's not going to detail about that. And we see supposedly his ex-girlfriend. He broke up 3 years prior to this episode. And her name is... Sama Yotiya. The guy looking for is Katsu Fujuki. Yep. Yeah. So the whole episode looking for him and just watching over her place, and it's later revealed that she knows they're there. Somehow. Like, she knew all along that these two detectives who are usually really good at their job just randomly set up an empty apartment just across the street. So they watch around, she leaves. So Conan and Tagaki follow her, and then for some reason, Genta, Nami, and Michio, they decided to help her with her groceries while she went grocery shopping, including withdrawing a large amount of money from her bank account for some reason. I don't know why, it's weird. Yep. So eventually, everything's back normal. Everyone's back to where it was. And then she calls everybody over and says, yeah, he was here, but he left because the police were here. And she started crying, and then after the police leave, then she smiles. And then it's revealed she's actually engaged. Yes, she's engaged to a grocery store manager. Yes, a guy by the name of... It's something discount. It's Inobi Discog. He's the owner. Yes. So, when these two met, don't know. So, he basically is brought over to, later on, to help her move a box, presumably full of books. And then Ko looks inside the box later after basically tricking her open the thing. And it turns out it's the guy looking for her. And he's dead. Now, it's suspected, based upon Conan's hypothesis, that she murdered him because he was hiding. Because he was begging for her help. So it's implied that she smashed his head with a pot. Okay, the fact he died in an apartment, that was true. The fact she moved in the body, that was true. The fact that she may have killed her, that part was not true. It turns out it was an accident. Yes. He just barged her apartment, demanding beer. He drank it, and of course she is like the fact he's there. Then she's basically she's not the same person she was 3 years ago. Last leaves like fine, I'll leave. And then he trips over a beer bottle, hits his head on the counter. Not like at the top, on the freaking corner edge. And then you see him bleed later on. I mean, I can tell basically where it seemed like his head was heading directly toward that sharp edge. Like smack, right there. And then he dies. Now you're probably thinking, can someone actually die from something like that? Yes. Yes, they can. That is 100% true. So, see, here's the strange thing though. It's revealed that she had just put him in that box that they transferred in when Takagi and Kemba showed up looking for him. So she hid him in a closet. Yes, hitting a dead body in her closet for who knows how long, and then eventually after they leave, she moves it. Now here's the thing, she is arrested, not for murder, but for attempting to abandon a body. That's it. She probably gets slapped on the wrist for this because that's not really a big charge. Not really. It's not like a big serious charge. She probably gets slapped wrist for her fiance is waiting for her. And of course the kids go home and that's the episode. It's a okay episode. Nothing really wrong here. I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode because for the first time in a little over a month, we actually have a canon episode. And you're thinking, really? It's been a little over a month? Yeah. The last time we had a canon episode was back on June 10th. So, in actuality, it would be the first time in almost 2 months. Which, you're thinking, okay, how long was it between the last one and the previous one? You might be thinking, okay, if you're curious, it was about the same period of time between the end of the previous arc and this one. Basically, 2 months. Yeah, like this one, I found this arc a little more interesting than the previous arc was. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of the last arc. This one, I actually like this one better. Yeah. But yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Next up is going to be The Legendary Hero's Dead. Yes, I'm going back to that one. We'll do 2 more episodes of that series, then I'll probably call it a night. Okay? Next video. Bye.